Hi there and welcome to another episode of Nerf Hunt. Episode 11, driver version 376.09. Yes, I know this episode was a bit late. I'm sorry about it. I've been a bit busy. And as you can see, I'm getting quite hot because today is going to be a stinker. We're aimed at 32 to 34 degrees Celsius today in Melbourne. Already 24 plus. And if you know how Melbourne temperatures are, it might not sound high, but trust me, it's quite hot. So, before it gets too hot, let me get this over and done with. What we have found with this newer drivers is nothing really interesting. Overall, I have seen slight improvement somewheres and slight degradations somewhere else, mainly in the DX11 environment. It seems NVIDIA is truly focusing more towards Vulkan and DX12 performance, although Gears of War, yeah. Well, coming back to, I did change my ways of doing my benchmark results now. For each driver, for each individual test, I've selected a benchmark driver to benchmark against. So you will see the lowest item on each graph might differ from between graph and graph. That's because I'm taking the best value I got before the last 5 tests. So you'll see the last 5 tests and then a benchmark. So that would be the highest benchmark I received before the last 5. So that you'll most likely see, except for Deus Ex, the DX12, which has only got 4 benchmarks now with this version. So you'll only see 4 benchmarks. Yeah. So with that, let's see what the benchmarks hold. So coming down to, let's see, Fire Strike, yeah. Performance is basically exactly the same as the previous driver, so still haven't gotten back to my favorite driver, which is 372.9, and the same can be said for the frames per second. It's basically exactly the same as the previous driver. So yeah, nothing perfect there, but yeah, watch the space. I do believe NVIDIA is not focusing on DX11 anymore, so Fire Strike might be an old benchmark and we shouldn't even bother including it anymore in the future. But yeah, since everybody is still using it, I'll be using it also. Time Spy, the improvement is slight, although not very marginal. I would say 6 frames per second without async and a loss of 1 frame per second with async on. So yeah, async is still not a good thing on the Maxwell processors since it's software based, but yeah, what can you do? Architecture wasn't truly designed for async, but yeah. When you look at the frames per second, exactly the same as the previous driver. So from a time spy perspective, this was a waste of time. This is an old DX11 benchmark, and as you can see, the performance is slightly degrading over time. We've just lost 0.2 frames per second again. Seriously, it's not even worth it. Moving to Valley. Valley is also down, but weirdly, the minimum frames per second have come up a bit. So yeah, not sure what to do there. Coming to Gears of War. Gears of War have returned slightly better than the previous 2 drivers. So yeah, still not the best I have had, but it's getting there. So I would say it's a win. It's a give or take with Gears of War. Gears 6 Mankind Divided. Now, I definitely believe the last patch that they've released is definitely sorted out a lot of the performance issues for graphics cards and also smoothed out gameplay. This can be seen seriously with my best frames per second that I've had since checking out Deus Ex on DX11. It's 71.9. But the interesting part here, DX12, it is actually better than DX11. Yes, I'm not kidding you. The performance is 72.2 frames per second. Well, not my best that I've got since 375.7, which is the first one I tested this DX11 on, DX12 on, but it's still, on average, better than my DX11 scores, which is weird. And also, interesting. Well, as you can see, Doom DX11, or not DX11, I will say OpenGL has slightly gone down 1 frames per second, but the minimum frames per second has come up again. Although, I must say, Vulkan has improved quite nicely. I would say this is my second best Vulkan score that I've had yet. So, quite impressive. And 20.6 frames per second. Nice. Far Cry Primal. Now, this is the last benchmark since I've removed Dragon Age Inquisition, Batman Arkham Knight, and Battlefield 4, as they literally have zero movement happening on them anyway. As I can say, it's back to the previous second previous driver's performance at 71 frames per second, and minimum frames per second is exactly the same as 55.7. So what you can see is the nerf is still not there. So, in recap, the nerf is still not there. If I would say, if one of these benchmarks dropped at least 10 frames per second, then I would say, well, something is wrong here. But yet, I'm not seeing anything drop below 10 frames per second. There's a couple of frames per second here and there, but I can take that as driver support for that game is definitely been put on the back burner. It's not being optimized for it anymore, but it's still in a good playing range, so within the error of margin. So nerf is not there yet. I wouldn't say that's true, and I would say take it with a pinch of salt. It is not as high performance as original drivers, but for the newer games they do seem to perform well, and they do seem to provide benefits for newer games. So as soon as I get another newer game that I can actually test that has a built-in benchmark, which because I don't have a lot of time to do this benchmarks, that's why this one took a while. I would definitely add it to the list. I'm actually wanting to see if Infinite Warfare has a benchmark. If it does, I would definitely love to include, but yeah, I don't think it has, so yeah. We'll see. Maybe I'll just do what I do for Doom. Run a set bench, repeatable map, but yeah, that's beyond the point. So overall, if you still got a Maxwell chipset, don't be worried. Don't fret. Don't worry. It's not bad yet. I would only start worrying if you've got a 960 or lower, 970 maybe. You are starting to become less capable with the newer games in terms of the functionality and newest features, and also I know the newer games are starting to eat away at VRAM. So any graphics card that's starting to edge at 4 gigabytes will start to be less great, I would say. It's not going to be the best card to have in the future soon. I would say no graphics card with 4 gigabytes or below will be future-proof anymore. So if you do have the opportunity to move to something that's got a little bit more memory, 6 gigabytes or more, even one of the newer 8 gigabytes cards, even a 480 with 8 gigabytes or 470, 1070, 1080, by all means, take that opportunity. If you've got the money and you can afford it, do it. It'll just be to your benefit in the future. But if you want to stick it out and you've got, say, a 980 Ti or a Titan X from Maxwell, you can still run it, no issues. So enjoy your Maxwell, and look forward to the next episode. See you soon. Subscribe, give me a like, dislike, give me some feedback, let me know what you think, and let's see if we can make this better. And if you want to, become a patron. Support me, and we can get this much better, get this channel good. Thank you for watching. See you next time.